Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. As you saw from the title of this video, we're just gonna jump right in. But before we jump in to this video, I want to make a big disclaimer that this is not clickbait, that this is not downplaying COVID. This is a very specific video. I have had so many people reach out to me through DMs over the last year, 2 years, about being nervous about starting biologics during a pandemic. And I too have been afraid for a long time. And then despite being super careful, wearing my masks, hand sanitizer, not going anywhere, not doing anything extravagant, grocery store, just the basics, we still got it. We did. We got COVID, and this is our story. Before we jump in, if this is content that you guys like to see, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe because it really supports my channel. And without further ado, let's just jump into this video. Guys, we're gonna get settled in. Got my cozy blanket. I'm gonna grab my phone because I want to check the dates because I want to make sure that everything's on the up and up. We are about 11 days out from having COVID. I just want to run through my symptoms that I had. Again, I just want to preface this by saying this is not in any way downplaying COVID. I mean, I think everybody has experienced some kind of loss, whether it's losing a loved one, a friend, just the isolation that COVID has caused has impacted so many lives, and this is in no way downplaying any of it. My sister's mother-in-law had MS and she was on immunosuppressant drugs, and we lost her last year. And so I do not take this lightly at all. I am fully vaccinated. After getting the vaccine, I went into the only flare I had been in last year in 2021. It really took a toll on my immune system, so I was nervous after that. And we've been really careful. Honestly, guys, we don't go places. We did go to Maui in June, but we didn't go out to dinner. We stayed at our condo, and you know what I mean? Like, we don't go out to dinner. We don't go out and do a lot of things out in the world. We've been really careful because I hear all the time, well, it's not that big of a deal, and it's only that big of a deal if you are old or if your immune system compromised. You guys, I'm immune system compromised. I take medication that suppresses my immune system. And so for the last 2 years, I've been nervous. Like, my husband's been very careful because he's never stopped working. We have a young daughter at home and we're nervous. Like, we know people who've been hospitalized with intubators. We know that this is so serious. We have a lot of friends that are nurses and we know the reality of what's going on. So I just wanted to film this video for the people who are really scared, are desperate to find relief through some form of medication, and going on a biologic can seem very scary, especially during a pandemic when you kind of need your strongest immune system. So I want to just run through my experience with biologics because I've been on Humira for 8 years. I had taken Enbrel before that, but I've been on Humira the longest, which is an immunosuppressant drug. In my experience, and I have known this since I started taking this medication, that my immune system is so bad on its own. Like, when I don't take my medication, my immune system, it attacks me so badly that I don't just get joint pain and psoriasis. I'm constantly sick. I lived most of my life with a runny nose and a sore throat because when your immune system is compromised, those kinds of things just happen. So when I went on Humira 8.5 years ago, I noticed right away I stopped having a sore throat. I stopped having a runny nose constantly, and my immune system is actually stronger on the drug. So I had gone in to see my rheumatologist during the pandemic and we had talked about it, but for me personally, I am able to fight infections and fight colds, and I don't get sick as often now that I'm on my Humira, which sounds very counterintuitive because it is an immunosuppressant. But when your immune system is attacking itself to the point where you're you're in as much pain as I was in, or when you get to the point where you need an immunosuppressant drug, it's because your immune system is way overactive. And if it's overactive, and you're just gonna get sick because your own body is attacking itself. So in my personal experience, it makes my immune system stronger. Now, that did not make me feel any better about getting sick, because I've had in my mind, oh my God, if I get COVID, I'm gonna be put on a ventilator. Like, I was terrified, you guys. Terrified of my daughter getting sick. I was terrified of what would happen if I got sick and I got put on a ventilator, and what if my family had to live without me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, these are all the things that people with chronic illness or who take immunosuppressant drugs are thinking when they take these immunosuppressant drugs during a pandemic. So I just want to let you know, yes, I've had those fears. Yes, I have been concerned. Yes, I'm still concerned. I know that I can get sick again. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about my experience of getting COVID. I honestly have no idea where we got it. I've been to the park twice in the last month with Liv, and we had gone 10 days before we got sick, which I feel like that's quite a long time to be incubated, I suppose. So that's a possibility. For a couple days, I had felt like I was just waking up really early and I couldn't go back to sleep, and I couldn't figure out like what was going on. I was just up at like 4:30 in the morning, which I wake up at 5. So I was like, it's 4:30. I'm wide awake. I might as well get up. Not a big deal. And then on Tuesday, I woke up in the middle of the night in the most pain I had experienced since having my daughter. I went into a really bad flare about 6 weeks post-pregnancy, where I would literally have to hold a pillow over my face and scream in the pillow so that I wouldn't wake up my daughter, because I was in so much pain. I couldn't sit down, I couldn't lay down, I couldn't pick up my daughter. And so I was laying in bed and I woke up in the middle of the night, and every single joint in my body felt so much inflammation. I felt like I was going to explode. My whole body hurt so incredibly bad. 14 days before I got sick, I had to have an implant put in my jaw, and I had felt like they just drilled into my jaw. Like, my jaw ached, my hair hurt. I was just in so much pain, and I thought I was in a flare. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Because I had been just doing yoga. I have been so gentle with my body lately and eating really clean. And I was like trying to figure out what I could have done to send myself into a flare and this bad. So I was miserable in pain, and I woke up and I told my husband, oh my goodness, I am in so much pain. I'm gonna try to get a hold of my rheumatologist, see if I can get some extra meds. And then later that day, I started just getting like a tiny little tickle in the back of my throat. And I was like, oh, that's weird, but you know, not uncommon, because when I'm in a flare, my immune system is down. And so again, I get a runny nose, I get a sore throat. So those kinds of things just happen to me on the reg. At this point, I had no thought that this could be anything other than a flare. And so I took it really easy that day and was waiting to hear back from my doctor, but he was out of the office that day, so I didn't hear back, obviously. And then that night I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to sleep early. I'm gonna get a great night's sleep, and I'm gonna wake up feeling better. And I did. I propped myself up with all of the pillows. I got a good night's sleep. I woke up on Wednesday morning and I felt great. I did yoga, I worked, and I was feeling really great. So I did my normal morning routine. And then Doug was like, hey, Liv's not feeling super great. She wasn't looking like she was feeling very great. Like, Liv has a very sensitive stomach, and I can tell when she's gonna throw up, because, sorry if that's hard for anyone to hear, but she just gets this glazed over look on her face, and I'm always like, it's gonna happen. We need to get, where are we? We need to get somewhere. I was like, yeah, oh, that's too bad. Maybe she drank her apple juice too fast because that's how sensitive her stomach is. If she drinks apple juice too fast, it can make her sick. But then she threw up and then she sat in the tub and she was okay. But then all of a sudden it was like she couldn't keep anything down, not even the tiniest sip of water. And I was like, that's weird. And again, we're like, did you eat something? What happened? And so she was like just falling asleep and waking up and throwing up and falling asleep, and the poor little thing, it was just really, really tough. But I was like, okay, this is just really weird because I don't know where you got this. And I think by noon, we were like, you know what? We're gonna take you in because we need to figure out how we can get some fluids in you. Her doctor's office couldn't see us. We took her into urgent care and they only let one of us take her in. So I went in because I was like, look, I've been in pain and I kind of have a tickle in my throat. I want to get tested just in case, kind of a thing. So we went in and we got tested and they didn't really do anything for poor little Liv. They just said, do your best about getting fluids in her. And I was like, great, thanks, that's awesome. Liv slept most of the day, and again, day 2, other than having a slight tickle in my throat, I felt great, and I feel so grateful for that because I literally sat on Liv's floor with her all day long, and if this would have happened the day before, I would have been useless, like, because I cannot sit on the floor when I'm in that much pain. My hips, my back, like, I can't sit on the floor at all. And then by the end of that night, she was starting to be able to hold down water and solids, which was incredible. The next morning she woke up and she was much better, still really tired, but that was it. She was just tired. So we slept, we took a nap together, we just like hung out. We took it really easy. And by the end of Thursday, Liv was starting to feel better. She had kept food down all day long. And by Friday, Liv was great. Doug had started showing sore throat symptoms. So Doug and I ended up getting like massive headache. I think on Thursday I had just the worst headache ever. I felt like my eyes were gonna explode out of my head. Doug started getting the sore throat, I think on Thursday. And then we had a sore throat a little bit, like I just feel like I'm congested and was tired. I just felt like I couldn't get my energy levels up, and Doug was the same. And at this point by Friday, Liv's like, I wanna go to the park. I wanna go to the playground. Let's go run around. And we're like, we're so tired. We're so tired. And then I feel like that was the longest lasting symptom for us, was the exhaustion and just the congestion. So we're about 10, 11 days out now, and I still have, congestion in my throat. When the wind blows, my nose gets runny, but other than that, it's okay. So I'm not gonna say it's just a glorified cold because that's not what it was, but I feel very blessed to have gotten a mild version, whether that's because I got the vaccine or just because that's how my body handled it. I feel very grateful and very blessed. And I took my Humira the Sunday after I got sick because that was my scheduled dosage. And for me personally, I'm not telling you anything. Like, you always do what's best for you and your body. I am not a medical professional, but for me personally, I know my immune system is stronger when I'm on my Humira. So I did not feel scared or uncomfortable taking my meds, even though I was sick, because now it's Friday after the Sunday, and I feel like if I had skipped my meds, my inflammation levels would be up, my body would be attacking itself, and I would probably be struggling with this virus more than I am right now. So Doug and I feel about the same, which makes me feel good because he's got a perfectly good working immune system and I take an immunosuppressant. So that has been my experience with COVID. We're just being extra careful around everyone and everything. So I'm keeping Liv home and not seeing anyone, not going anywhere. But other than that, that has been my experience so far with COVID-19 in 2022. I know it has been scary for a lot of you, and I just wanted to share my experience in case it gave you a little bit of sense of relief. I really just want to help support you guys and let you guys know what my experience was with COVID and taking an immunosuppressant, because I think that there's a lot of fear, and I know I had a lot of fear around it, and I don't see anybody talking about it that's taking an immunosuppressant, and I didn't know what to expect. And I'm just one case. Everybody's gonna be different, and every body is going to be different. Every body's going to respond differently, but I just wanted to share my experience with you guys in case that helps you or eases your mind. That was my experience with COVID-19 and taking Humira, a biologic that suppresses my immune system. I feel like I am definitely one of the lucky ones, and I feel very blessed. And that's it, you guys. If this was content that was helpful for you, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you made it, you guys, to the end of the video, please go hit a little love tap on that subscribe button. Come join the fam, because I would love to have you here. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell, because we have a lot of content coming up and you don't want to miss it. Turn all of your notifications on so you never miss a video. And that's it for today's video, you guys. I really appreciate you, and I'm sending so much love to you, so much support to you. If you guys have any questions or you don't feel comfortable leaving comments about this kind of stuff in the comments down below, you can go find me on Instagram. I'm at @thesickfitchick. Go ahead and send me a DM. It can take me a couple days to get back to you, just because I feel like new DMs get shoved into different hidden folders sometimes, and I talk to a lot of you. So just give me a couple days to respond, but I am always here to support you guys in any way that I can. Again, I am at @thesickfitchick over on Instagram, and I would love to support you guys over there. I do talk a lot more psoriatic arthritis over there. Yeah, so go follow me over there if you guys need a little bit more support. If you guys have any video suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below, because I would love to film what you guys like to see. That's it for today's video, you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are loved so much more than you know, and we can do hard things. So sending so much love to you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.